train went from downtown to Spain, you could hear the whistle blow 100 miles. Whoa, me, oh Lordy, my, you could hear the whistle blow 100 miles.
are Dangerfield, New Dangerfield. The tune we just played is called Dangerfield Newbie, and the tune before that, I think you all know it, it's called Reuben's Train. It is all of our collective first time here at Telluride Bluegrass Festival. And we are so, so excited and humbled to be here.
What's up, Telluride?
All right. Well, my name is Kaya Cater, and I'm a banjo player and songwriter, and I made sure to get here extra early to Telluride. I got here on Thursday, flew into Denver, drove up with my family, and just absolutely stunned by these views. It's really like nothing else I've ever seen. And I was thinking a lot about how precious and beautiful this landscape is and this earth is. And I was also thinking about how in the last 20 years, we've had double the catastrophic natural disasters that we had in the last 20 years of the 20th century. So things are getting hard and getting weird. And I wrote this song just about interdependence and resource sharing, and I see so much of that at so many festivals, including this one, especially this one. And so this is called Put No Walls Around Your Garden.
Farmer, plant your rows, pick your seeds and sow them. Pray upon the earth for loving soil to grow them strong and tall to reap. When the weather starts to harden, plenty enough to keep. Put no walls around your garden. And lies, rain that falls too heavy, water start to rise, pouring o'er the levee, locked behind closed doors. When the skies are darkened, then you see no more. Put no walls around your garden. Show them how to live in kind, how to offer pardon, how to welcome love, with no walls around your garden. Plenty enough to keep, put no walls around your garden.
Thank you.
Oh, hello, Telluride. Hello. So, my name is Nelson. I'm from South Louisiana, originally from Baton Rouge. I live in New Orleans now. And I might say, this is breathtaking and surreal in so many ways, particularly in the fact that I have lived most of my life at or below sea level. And it truly feels insane that my bike ride from my home to the French Quarter is the same distance in which I find myself up in the air. Truly, I would hope I never have to bike that type of elevation ever. But oh boy, isn't it gorgeous? Isn't it gorgeous? Up next, we're gonna play for you a little fiddle tune called Half Irish. besides from this being the band's collective first time playing Telluride, this is also my first time ever being in Colorado. Outside of being at the Denver airport, which airports I don't think count. They exist in this no man's land where you're in a state, but you're not really in a state. But this is actually my first time being in Colorado, getting to see the sights. You're very beautiful, Colorado. You're so beautiful. So, kind of preparation of coming to this festival, I want to do some research, kind of know, what's this festival about? Who's played this festival? How long has it been going on? Which has led to, a lot of fascinating discoveries. One that particularly blew my mind was that the band formerly known as the Dixie Chicks, the Chicks, won the Telluride band competition, which feels incredible in a way that has not something that someone just says all the time when they're like, oh man, the Dixie Chicks, they won the Telluride Bluegrass competition. It should be first thing, and I was that's cool. At least to me, that seems very cool. Amongst all the things I've also been learning about the Telluride Bluegrass Festival, the last time a black string band graced this stage was 15 years ago. You all probably know the band in which graced this stage 15 years ago is a band that we always jokingly say, people are just like, oh yeah, you guys are the Chocolate Drops, right? Which is a very crazy thing to say to any of us in this band, which all of us have been at one time or not confused for a member of Chocolate Drops. I am Hubby Jenkins when he needs to get away.
Yeah, I'm Rhiannon Giddens.
I'm Rhiannon Giddens' nephew.
I'm Justin Robinson, obviously.
But truly, when that band played this stage back in 2010, none of us had graduated from college. Rephrase. None of us had graduated from high school at the time, which is also, again, very hilarious. And people were just like, oh, you must be Hubby Jenkins. I was like, oh, no, do I look like I've had 15 plus years of experience under my belt? Absolutely not.
Black don't crack.
So real.
Looking good, hubby, wherever you are.
But that being said, we are, again, so happy to be here to, again, bring back, re-energize, revitalize this tradition of music that we all have come to love and play, which is also a big thank you to them, the Ebony Hillbillies, particularly just so many black string musicians, artists, and bands who have many ways are the giants whom we stand upon on this stage.
All right, we're going to play you a tune that was popularized, or we love this tune from John Hartford, the one and only John Hartford. This one is called Don't Let Your Deal Go Down, also known as Don't Ever Take Your Eyes Off the Game.
I know that's right.
Don't ever take your eye off the game, babe. If you don't want your deal to go down, don't try to get away on a sunny day. That's the time to hang around. We'll try to tell you ain't nothing wrong. Your shirt gets shorter when it should be long. And sitting around and singing that old love song called Don't Let Your Deal Go Down. All together now. Don't let your deal go down. Don't let your deal go down. Don't let your deal go down. Till your last gold dollar is gone. makes your deal go down. Till your last gold dollar is gone. Till your last gold dollar is gone. Till your last gold dollar is gone.
Well, I'd like to introduce my bandmate over here. To my right, your left. This is the incredible Trey Wellington on banjo.
Thank you all so much. How's everybody doing out there? Well, I'm so happy to be up here bringing black string band music to Colorado. This is a very special mission for me. I brought this band together back in 2023 for the IBMA Festival. I got propositioned to put together an all-star super pickers group, and I decided... What'd you say?
You go proposition.
Proposition. Man, I'm getting so official. I have business talk. But yeah, I got proposition. Yeah, I got propositioned and decided to put together this string band.
Anyway, we're going to play a tune now from an older black string band, one called Murph Gribble, John Lusk, and Albert York, recorded in Champaign, Tennessee in the year 1946. It's called Rolling River. And I want to give a special thank you to the folks putting this festival together, especially Amy and Joel, because I was playing another little festival before this down in the desert in Mexico, and I pulled my fiddle out of the case, and the neck just like popped clean off. And I emailed Amy, and I was like, hey, do you have one? And they didn't, but they found one. And it is a relief to be so well cared for and to be here sharing this music with all of you. So thank you to everyone at Planet Bluegrass, everyone putting this wonderful event together, taking such good care of the artists, and I hope of you.
before, I'm from Louisiana, and there's one thing that you should learn as a guy who grows up in Louisiana is how to dance. I think it's culturally important. I think if you're a guy from Louisiana who don't dance, you're doing our state and our culture terribly, and you should fix that. And because of that, I love a lot of dancing, particularly the waltz is my favorite. And we didn't have a waltz in the band, so I had to write a waltz. It went nameless for a while, and I couldn't name it after the person to whom I wrote it for because she would make fun of me forever. So instead, I landed on the optimism that it is to, quote unquote, fall for someone in any type of way that is. So this is a little waltz called A Little Romantic's Waltz.
Give him another hand. That's Nelson Williams who wrote that tune.
It's my turn to talk again. This didn't go so. Jake is the first person I think that's ever broke me on stage. But we're going to do a song that I wrote for in tribute to the amazing. I propositioned the band for this one. For a tune about the great Robert Johnson, one of my heroes, and one of the people I look up to on the fingerstyle, guitar style, and such an important figure in American history and music history, and just in general, and just all over the roots music world as well. And we're going to do this one called "Saw My Name Written on the Wall."
Let's try that again.
the shift, they keep falling. Must need to atone for them all. Whispers in the night keep calling as I saw my name written on the wall. I can hear those chains close behind me. Angels sang a tune for my sake. Now I can see who would blind me as the water feels good on my face. Saw rain pouring down my window, yet the sky was void of gray. I saw a ghost staring in the mirror. It somehow took my face. Sitting in an old cage, sings with a long, lonesome call. Cry for help, but they just caught me crazy as I saw my name written on the wall. The water was rising all around me. I feel like I could drown in the wake. The souls they are pulling me under. I know this is my resting place.
So, raise of hands, who here has been to Louisiana? Oh, that is a good amount of people. Everyone who didn't raise your hands, you need to fix that at some point because Louisiana is amazing. Particularly, I would be really remiss to not give a shout out to my hometown of Baton Rouge and my people who I know from there, particularly Tina and John. It's very surreal to think of all the times when I was a young budding musician in my hometown and I would talk to you both about this festival, and I'm here and you here. That is so full circle and special to me. And also to all my New Orleans people, hello, good to see you here too. So I moved to New Orleans nearly 5 years ago, and I can't stress how much that changed my life. New Orleans is such a special city, and I truly, at times, can't picture my life away from it. When I first moved to the city, I lived in a part of the city called the Marigny. It is east of the French Quarter, if you kind of have a geography of what the city looks like. But as I moved, all the time when I was in New Orleans, I bike a lot, and there's this particular bridge. It's called the Magnolia Bridge. It's in the Bayou St. John area, and that bridge has just lived at such important landscape in my mind. I have a lot of happy memories of hanging out with friends there. There used to be an old time jam that happened on the middle of the bridge. I am certain people trying to walk past us are very angry about that, but you know, they got free music, so they can chill. But when I come home and I live in the Bayou St. John now, that bridge kind of just fills me with just a sense of joy, a sense of like just belonging to a place. And yeah, I love that bridge. And I wrote a tune that is in very much part kind of capturing a feeling whenever I see that bridge. I would also be remiss to add that in New Orleans and other places across this country, there are people who are not making it to their homes, who are leaving for the days of work, leaving their families, and between then and the end of the day, they are disappearing to who knows where. And that is awful. That is terrible. No one should just be ripped from their home. No person, no matter what's their legal status or whatever, should just be ripped from the places that they call home. So this tune is to my home, Louisiana, and it's also to all the people who are in some level of fear of maybe not making it back home.
you doing out there? Day 4. All right, well, so during the pandemic, I had been a touring musician, and all of a sudden I was at home 100% of the time. And I had always loved films. I was a 90s kid. And I decided, well, why don't I try my hand and enroll in a film composition program, and that way I can, keep making music and have fun and be part of other people's projects and other people telling their stories. And as part of this program that I was enrolled in, we were asked to watch a lot of movies, and I was asked to watch a film called In the Heat of the Night. Does anyone know that movie? Featuring the incredible Sidney Poitier. Anyway, that sort of led me to kind of down this rabbit hole of Sidney Poitier's work. And for those of you who don't know who he is, Sidney Poitier was a Bahamian American black man, and he was an incredible actor, a Shakespearean actor, and then he eventually went to Hollywood. But he was the first black actor to win an Academy Award for Best Leading Actor. Yeah, he was really incredible, and he also, he was a very principled person, and he had a value system, and he was at the March on Washington in 1963 alongside Harry Belafonte and Martin Luther King, and really, really important stuff. Anyway, so as I was getting into Sidney Poitier's work, I learned that he had passed away, and I was reading his obituary in the New York Times and just learning, kind of reading about how incredible he was. And he, like I said, was a Shakespearean actor, and so he couldn't sing. And he was accepted into an acting troupe, a black acting troupe, but the audience didn't like him because he was tone deaf and he couldn't sing. And I don't know, I find him to be a fascinating person. And yeah, a really, really important part of black history. So I decided to write a song, kind of a letter to Sidney Poitier. This is called Sidney.
Cut too early from the fruit tree, juiced up bitterness inside you. You can speak, but you can't sing. The crowd wants nothing to do with you. Sydney, just get emotion. The Hollywood hues, the greens and the blues are shining. They're shining. Father was a cab driver in the hot streets of Nassau. Sold tomatoes with your mother on the weekend. Rich kids from Miami looked at you like one of those, but never one of them, never one of them. Spit out from the army, called the commie, the blacklist only for black faces. Robeson and Ruby Dee said, brother, destined for the movies. You keep moving. Turn
Thank you so much.
Well, we have just one more for you, and this set will be over at Elk Park later, I guess, if anybody's over that way. This last one we learned from a recording of a band called the Tompkins County Horseflies, who played here as the Horseflies, I think 3 times. I know because I learned most of what I do on this instrument from their fiddle player, a woman named Judy Hyman, who told me emphatically a couple weeks ago that this was the best gig she ever had. So I've been very excited to come and experience it for myself, and I think I get it. This is pretty good. As we close out here with this string band number, I do want to make sure to note that yes, we are part of a tradition that has been talked too little about, which we are all rectifying quickly. We're writing the balance as fast as we can, but when we talk about tradition, we usually talk backward about it. And a lot of people get very comfortable with the type of music that we play because we sound more like dead black people they're not scared of than living black people they have to listen to now. And I want to be clear, our band is named after a revolutionary. The revolutionary spirit of black people is written into this music, and that's what we're here to do. And as we go through this last tune and the rest of the music that you're going to hear today, you're going to hear so much groove and downbeat at the rest of this day. And I want to think about where this music comes from, the communities it comes out of, whether that's enslaved black people, whether that's Appalachian coal miners. That downbeat, that groove, this music exists to unify working bodies toward a common purpose. And maybe in this moment where there are so many important things we have to push back against, whether it's the kidnapping of our neighbors, whether it's the censorship of materials we can teach in schools, whether it is the illegal and unprovoked bombing of a foreign country by our president yesterday. We have a lot of work ahead of us, and maybe all of these good grooves we're going to experience today can be a little rehearsal for future acts of mass coordination we will have to undertake. So one last time, that's Trey Wellington, that's Kaya Cater, that's Nelson Williams, I'm Jake Blunt, we are New Dangerfield. Thank you so much for making us welcome Telluride. It's an honor to be here.